Assalamualaikum. My name is Raja Khaleeda Aini binti Raja Khalid, and I would like to make a presentation on our research proposal. So the title of our research proposal is that we wanted to study about youth unemployment among social science graduate in public universities. So let's start with the introduction. So this research is conducted to study the influences of youth unemployment from public universities that graduates in social science streams. So, the idea of this research is to find out what are the common purpose that affecting fresh graduate to be unemployed. Besides, this test is also will be running to highlight and alert other fresh graduate into making better preparation before they are officially graduated. So, moving to the background of study, firstly, according to Ismail 2011, youth unemployment is one of the common issues that arise among fresh graduate in Malaysia. So, according to the definition from Malaysian Labour Force Survey itself, unemployed person is categorized as people who are willing to work but unable to obtain any job in a certain period of time. Secondly, as mentioned by Sang, 2018, uh, fresh graduate that studied art and social science are also affected by unemployed situation, especially fresh graduate that are coming from public universities. So this issue will contribute to the growing of unemployed graduates, nation, society, and even the country itself if it is not being resolved. Okay. Next, moving to the problem statement. The first one is the International Labour Organization (ILO) reported that youth unemployment rate is increasing starting from 2018. So as cited by Ibrahim and Mahyuddin 2017, the youth unemployment rate in Malaysia is rated as 10.7%, which is 3 times higher than the national unemployed rates. So, graduated traces study report stated that 52% of fresh graduate that studied art and social science study are unemployed, and half of it, 50% from it, come from public universities. So, the research objective and research question are basically focusing on the same topic. So, I will just simplify it for the explanation. The first one is we wanted to examine the pattern of youth unemployment. Next, we wanted to analyze the relationship between educational background and youth unemployment. So, in addition, we also wanted to determine the relationship between employability skills and why the reason why of unemployment occurs. Lastly, we wanted to determine the most dominant factors that influence youth unemployment. Okay, that's all from me. I'll be passing this presentation to ELHANIS, my partner, for further explanation. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is EZZA binti Muhammad Yusuf, and I will continue presenting our research proposal with the scope of study. So, for our first scope of study is level. This research focuses on graduated students who are still unemployed from public universities, and the questionnaire will be distributed to the students through social media platforms such as Facebook and WhatsApp, as it will be made via Google Form. Next is territory. The respondent for this research will be focusing on unemployed graduate students that are chosen randomly as if the undergraduates instead to help answering the questionnaire. Our last scope of study is time. This research will be conducted within 2 semesters starting from October 2020 up until June 2021, and the data collection is expected to be done in the month of September 2021. Next is definition of terms, terminology, and concepts. And our first definition of terms is youth unemployment. An unemployed person is someone that is actively seeking to have a job but still does not receive a chance from their findings. The rate of youth unemployment basically can be seen to be double than the rate of unemployed adults, and thus this research is only focused on younger generations that are having issues on unemployment. Next is educational background. Educational background can be seen to be one of the most highlighted issues from this study. Education can be defined as a process of receiving and giving systematic information. Therefore, people could learn and improve their understanding before reaching their final level. And when it comes to this study, researchers will be searching for the relationship between unemployment and the importance of educational background. Third one is employability skills. And employability is labor market linked occupational knowledge and skills. It becomes more relevant with changes in economy when people with these transferable skills move across different work situations. And this concept of employability evolved further with Otis view, which is employability construct comprising attributes that enhance the opportunity of getting employed. The last definition of terms is youth attitude. The youth consequent attitudes and behavior are one of the reasons of unemployment, which young people, particularly those who does not have regular work. As for literature review, it starts with educational background. According to Tahlil and Westerman 2020, differences in educational categories are often seen as indicators of productive capacity, thus determining where individuals are in line with job applicants. Next is employability skills. Bakar 2012 stated that employability skills or generic skills are secondary to economic development. When jobs are abundant and potential employees are scarce, there is no unemployment problem among graduates anymore. The third one is youth attitude. A number of papers over the years have noted that the effects of unemployment early on in one's working career are likely to have a long-term effects on employment prospects and wages, as portrayed by Greg and Tomine 2012. The fourth variable of literature review is technological change. Technology also has the potential to generate cross-industry effects, such as by diffusing technological capability or through workers with new skills and knowledge moving between industries, as stated by Salam et al. 2018. And our last literature review variable is demographic factors. Tallinn and Westerman 2020 also stated that job competition for basic skills by age difference is by looking at work experience and job position of the applicant as a productive indicator. For the underlying theory and model, we chose supercareer theory for our studies. And this theory illustrates that planning and choosing a career is a complex process, and this process continues from birth to old age based on the super career theory, as stated by Super 1969, while Ginsburg 1972 argues that career selection begins before individuals reach the age of 11 until the age of 17 and above. At the process of career selection, needs to be carefully planned to ensure the best option of career and guarantee the well-being of the individual. And the basis for a good career choice is the need for personal information and clear career path. Next is conceptual framework. So we have three independent variable and our dependent variable. So our dependent variable is youth unemployment. So this concept of unemployment has been defined as a condition in which people who are willing to work at normal wage rate are unable to find jobs. And it is one of the problems which every responsible government is expected to check and regulate. And for the three independent variables are educational background, employability skills, and also youth attitude. So for the educational background, it is the probability of long-term unemployment is unequally distributed among various groups in societies with considerable differences depending on educational qualifications. Increased education is likely to make the skills of an individual more valuable in production and consequently for individual employability prospects. Next is the employability skills. Lee, 2006, defined employability as the establishment of clear mechanisms by which students can develop their abilities to use and deploy a wide range of skills and opportunities to enhance their own academic learning and enable them to become more employable. And our last independent variable is youth attitude. And according to different wage determination theories, the evolution of wages is not only influenced by productivity, but also influenced by other factors such as unemployment. And these issues and problems of unemployment identified are the issue of youth attitude, choosing career based on the gap wage between levels of education.
Hello. Thank you so much for still listening on our presentation. Now I would like to explain more on the research methodology. So our research design is experimental research. The unit analysis of this research is coming from public sectors universities, and our sample size we make it as 278 in 1,000 population, and the sampling technique is systematic sampling. The data collection we will use Google form, and we will convert it into SPSS for the for the calculation. So as a conclusion, we hope that this research would be beneficial for other students in understanding and be more prepared for the upcoming scenario that they might enter. Moreover, unemployment is always has been a hot issue every year. Thus, it is important for the students to realize that they should have other initiative rather than focusing on only one objective. So that's all from us. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.